you think everybody wants to know about. So I wanted to start with a story. I went to a training in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, and in the training, one of my friends was telling her story about how 22 years ago she bought a home. This was in California, so she paid $100,000 for the home. $100,000 is much low in California, even today. So it was in a location that she really liked. She lived in it for 2 years, and then she had a renter come in. Her tenant lived in it for the remainder of the time. Since then, the home is now paid off. Well, over the years, as time has gone by, the home actually has increased in value, and so has the amount of rent. So every few years, she would raise the rent for her tenant. Well, as you can imagine, we are now coming into 2011, 2012, and the rent is obviously going to have to be raised again. The problem is the tenant, who has been an amazing tenant, cannot afford it. So what that tenant is looking at is where can they move to continue renting. They've paid off her house, but they don't like the location of all the other places they've been looking at. What this is also happening is they can't afford a good location, but if they would have bought the home, they wouldn't have had to worry about leaving. So the reason I wanted to start with the story is because right now is an amazing, amazing time to buy. And the reason I wanted to say this is because I've also, a little bit of history on me. I started in real estate in 2006. So that's when the market really took its peak and then just dropped. I started in new construction. I actually bought my first house in 2006, so I kind of was one of those people that was facing with that. Since that happened, I actually decided to turn that property into a rental. Fortunately, it was on the lower end, so I was able to, I'm making money off of it at this point. But a lot of people have been struggling and they've been losing their homes. So seeing that there was a need, I actually started to go into short sales and foreclosures. So being a little bit more of a, I guess I'm always trying to stay ahead of the curve and getting involved in a lot of different activities, I decided to make one of my specialties short sales and foreclosures. So what Mike and I talked about was discussing short sales. So does everybody in here know what a short sale is? More or less? Do you want me to tell you a little bit of, okay. I'll do a quick synopsis of it. Basically what a short sale is it's a pre-foreclosure. Once a person misses a payment and they go into a space where they continue missing payments, obviously the bank can foreclose. In New Mexico, a bank can foreclose as quickly as 6 months. We aren't seeing that though. We're seeing a couple years. So